feel like I'm better than everybody. Their money is in my pocket. I got $3 million in the Phantom wallet right now, almost $4 million. It's a thrill to let people trust me and then them over.
All right, guys, so today I want to talk about this absolute dog shit, trash ass scammer who has been out here proudly scamming children that have cancer and then bragging about it for online clout points. So this guy goes under a couple of different names. One of those names is 29. The other one is Ronnie Fargo. His real name is Ronnie Maghribi. And like I said, when it comes to people that are basically human turds, this guy is the lumpiest of them all. Now, of course, this dude is from Florida, and he started to gain notoriety online earlier this year after people in the crypto community noticed a disturbing trend that was happening. There was somebody that was using the stories of real children that were really sick to launch charity tokens on pump.fun. And then he was rug pulling those charity tokens, taking all of the profit for himself and leaving the sick children basically with nothing. To make it even worse, he would then go online and brag about the shit that he just did. And side note, no, he wasn't affiliated with any of these kids in any way. He just took their legitimate GoFundMe stories, made tokens around them, and then rug pulled the people that donated because they felt bad and wanted to help. In January, there was a GoFundMe for this kid, Reagan, to fight neuroblastoma. Reagan was diagnosed in November of 2024, and obviously these treatments cost quite a bit of money, so the family was looking to raise that money through crowdfunding. He uses this story to launch the Reagan coin. It comes out, it goes up, and then he immediately rug pulls it and takes the money. Then less than 24 hours later, he did it again, this time targeting a baby named Yao Queen, who was looking to make money for a thymus transplant. Once again, he took the baby story, he made a coin, he promoted it on Twitter Spaces, he made posts about it using fake family accounts, and hyped people up in order to donate. These people thought that they were donating to a real fund that would help a real baby with their medical treatment. But once again, like I said, he rug pulled it, took all of the money, and giving absolutely none of it to the family whose story he used to get it.
What I do is this. So I come up with a story. This story is what's gonna sell the coin. Let me give you this example, right? I found this story of this baby with leukemia or whatever, brain terminal shit, whatever. I took this child's photo, description, everything, and I tokenized it. I got my little sister to get on Twitter Spaces and say, oh, this is my niece. She's about to die of blastophilioma, whatever the fuck, terminal bullshit. Blah, 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 please help her. So people that bought into that story once I launched the coin, it went to like 2.1 million market cap. I nuked it, and I made $400,000 in 10 minutes. People got angry because afterwards when I rugged it, I got on Twitter, I said, haha, it's worth 29. I just took y'all money, fuck the baby, hope the baby dies, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, as if taking money from a sick baby doesn't make you a big enough piece of shit. He also ran over to Twitter and started talking shit about what he had just did. Here are a couple of examples. He said, I just rugged this dumbass baby. It's too easy. Hope it suffers. Made a cool 5 bands. Thanks for playing. And off this dumbass baby, I'll rug children every chance I get.
It's easy to take y'all dumbasses money, right? Whether it's a cancer patient or whether it's, like for a child with this dumbass rare disease or whatever the this child has. Who gives a fuck about this baby? I don't care about these kids. I don't care about these dumbass babies. I'm going to keep on rugging these children every chance I get. I'm going to go towards the most vulnerable, the most weakest, the most pathetic children on every corner of the planet. And that's that. All right. This baby. I hope this baby suffers and dies and goes blind in both eyes and, gets murdered. I don't give a damn if this child gets murdered. How about that? If this child gets fucking murdered, that would probably make my life.
Holy sh! I'd like to fold this dude up like a pretzel. But anyways, it continued. He didn't stop with just those two. There was another kid named Waylon who had a brain tumor. right? He had medulloblastoma. His parents also started a GoFundMe. And of course, he made a coin out of that and also rug pulled it. But it wasn't just sick children that this guy was taking advantage of and preying on. He pretty much is willing to run this scheme on anybody that is underprivileged, anybody that is desperate in life. In another example, he talks about how he did this exact same scheme, but using a homeless person instead.
Did you see my homeless coin? I created a narrative. Let's help this homeless man. They sympathized for him. They ran the coin up to like 1.2 million market cap. I nuked it to zero. Made $120,000 in 7 minutes. Kept all the money, gave him nothing. He's homeless for a reason. He's already the lowest of the low on the earth because of his actions. Why would I give him something that I came up with? This is my idea. He was just a pawn in my game.
You don't ever like be like, damn, I can't believe I did that shit. Like,
No, for what? What has he done to other people? Not everybody is a sweet angel.
Well, isn't this guy just the coolest guy on the face of the planet? I mean, man, he's just dripping in aura. What a fucking loser, right? An absolute loser. And that's actually something that could be verified because if you start looking into Ronnie Fargo, you'll come across things like his LinkedIn profile, which states that he is a 20-year-old e-commerce consultant who is dedicated to spreading the fundamentals of efficiency, operating and scaling an online business. Right? Basically, he's one of these online e-commerce gurus, or at least he was. But that career path for him was an absolute failure. He sucked at it so bad that he had to pay to have blog posts made about him that he himself wrote, talking about how he was a young millionaire and he was looking to help people out and secure financial freedom. Basically, self-authored puff pieces that I'm sure he thought made him look cool, but to people like me, it just made him look like a lame. Now, what's great about all of this is that 29, or Ronnie, is such a genius that he's documented every single one of these crimes that he has committed, because these are financial crimes. I'm sure that he's moving this money around, probably putting it in bank accounts, which makes this wire fraud, which is a federal crime. And yeah, I mean, he's been self-documenting the entire process. So when the feds do swoop in, and they will swoop in on him, they just haven't for this just yet, bro is going to be absolutely cooked, especially when you consider that Ronnie has a history of exploiting people online. Back almost 10 years ago in 2016, 2017, Ronnie was a part of an online group called Armine. And what this group did was they specialized in hijacking social media accounts of high-profile people. If you guys remember, back about a year ago, I covered a story of a dude that did something similar to this. He had a thing called Unlock. He went on No Jumper. He told on himself pretty much for doing this. He was later indicted and sentenced to federal prison for his crimes. Well, this guy, Ronnie, was also involved in something very similar. And in September of 2020, the United States of America officially indicted him for his crimes, right? I got a copy of the court record right here, and it kind of walks you through one of the schemes that he was running. So it says right here that Ronnie McGreevy did knowingly and intentionally conspire with others to commit computer fraud and abuse, namely to intentionally access a computer without authorization and to exceed authorized access and thereby obtain information from any protected computer for purposes of commercial advantage and private financial gain. They say that he did this with intent to extort from any person any money and other things of value, to transmit in interstate and foreign commerce any communication containing any demand and request for money and other things of value in relation to damage to a protected computer where such damage was caused to facilitate the extortion. All right. So it says that at the time he did this, he was a resident of Florida, and victim one in this case was a professional football player who was employed by the NFL and living in New Jersey. It says the operators of a social media and email account hacking scheme, including Ronnie, targeted semi-professional and professional athletes across the United States, including victim one. And as part of the scheme, Ronnie and others gained unauthorized access to the social media and email accounts of the victim athletes and used or attempted to use that access for their personal financial gain, including by selling access to others who would further exploit the compromised accounts or through extortion of the victim athletes. It says between on or about May 27, 2018 and on or about May 30th, 2018, victim one received a direct message on his Instagram account from an unknown account that contained a clickable link to a Facebook site that purported to solicit community support from professional athletes. Victim 1 used his personal cell phone to click on the link, which brought him to what he believed was a Facebook login page. Following instructions on the bogus Facebook page, Victim 1 entered his Facebook username and password. Shortly after, Victim 1 was locked out of multiple of his accounts, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Approximately 5 days after, Victim 1 received a phone call from two individuals using a phone number ending in 9888. The subjects told Victim 1 that they had purchased Victim 1's login credentials for his Instagram account and his Snapchat account, altered the passwords for the accounts, and demanded payment from Victim 1 in return for the altered passwords. They instructed this NFL player to send $500 to a Venmo account with the username Michael Goddard. On June 1st, 2018, Victim 1 sent $500 to this Venmo account in two separate $250 transfers at 9:05 and again at 9:09 p.m. At 9:15, that Venmo account transferred $350 to a Venmo account with the username Ronnie McGreby. That $350 was then credited to a bank account that was held by Ronnie. Shortly after he transferred the funds to the first Venmo account, the subjects provided Victim 1 with the password via text message. Using that password, Victim 1 briefly gained access to his Snapchat account, but after attempting to reset the password, he was logged out and the account was denied further access. Y'all listen to this. During the brief period which Victim 1 was able to access his Snapchat account, he observed that the account was showing a location in Groveland, Florida, which just so happens to be where Ronnie resided at the time. The investigators reviewed the IP login information associated with his Yahoo account, got the IP address. When they asked the internet service provider about that IP address, they told law enforcement that it was subscribed to by an individual with the last name McGreby. Based on that investigation, they concluded that Ronnie is the person that was behind this. Then about 3 days after this happened, they asked Victim 1 again to send an additional $2,500 to the Venmo account at Rolex 111 and threatened to release additional images and videos of Victim 1 if he did not comply. Victim 1 did not send any additional funds. So during the process of them extorting this NFL player, they had released explicit photos of him online through their Twitter accounts. They threatened that if he didn't send another $2,500, they would do it again. He refused. He contacted law enforcement, but interesting enough, they wanted this money sent to a Venmo account called Rolex 111. When people looked into Ronnie's background, it actually linked back to a SoundCloud account with the username at Big Rolex with his real name underneath it, Ronnie McGreby. Like I said, this guy was an absolute genius. He ended up pleading guilty to this in 2021. When it comes to his sentencing, unfortunately, I was unable to find what he was sentenced to, but I know that he was facing up to 20 years in federal prison for wire fraud. Clearly, if he did do time, he didn't do very much time because he was back out pulling these scams on sick children. You know, it makes me wonder, was he on parole or probation while he was doing this? If so, then there's even more reason for him to be arrested, but he doesn't seem to actually give a care in the world because as recently as September the 8th, he was sending out tweets like this that just simply says, commit more crime, which is exactly what he's been doing because when he's not rug pulling sick children and rug pulling homeless people, he's rug pulling the people that are actually working with him.
Man, I don't even know what to say. I ended up joining Where's 29's group. Thought he was cool. Thought this motherfucker was done with everything. Joined him, seemed like a cool guy. He ended up inviting me to something. Sent me a link. And my dumbass clicked on it. And all my savings, I mean, $600,000 wiped. And this is what the dumbass left me. Let me $64. I don't know what the I'm gonna do.
$600,000 he stole from that guy. Now, I gotta admit, I don't feel bad for that guy. He said, I thought he was done with all the bullshit, which means he was aware of what this dude was doing and still decided to try to join him to make some money. In this world, you get what you ask for. So I don't really feel bad for that guy. But even like this type of crime, Ronnie couldn't help but to go online and tell the whole world what he just did. He said, I just drained this clown for $600,000 in Solana. Incredible stuff. This guy is loving just leaving a record of his crimes for the government to be able to dig up and find. He is so addicted to the clout from doing this that he can't help but to build his own prosecution.
I've been chilling, man. You know, after everything that you see, one thing about on chain is everything is traceable, everything is trackable. So can't nobody ever come up on here on any type of platform and say that I'm lying about a goddamn thing. Oh, you ain't make this much? Go look at my chart. I still got the dev wallet logged into my wallet on every mother big rug I ever done. So can't nobody ever say at 29 is cap about a goddamn thing.
In fact, I went over to his Instagram that has 462,000 fake followers on it. I clicked on his story, and apparently I'm not the only YouTuber that has covered this. This other guy, Atozi, I don't know how to say this dude's name, made a video about him, and he posted it up on his Instagram, pretty much bragging about it, saying this man made an entire video about me. He has no life. And even posted it over on his Twitter account and said, another YouTuber made a video about me with 2 million subs. 29 is viral. What a damn douche, bruh. But crime seems to be what this guy does just in general, because in one clip that was posted online by this guy, OK Hotshot, he's the one that made the thread pretty much exposing all of this. In one clip he posted, you can see Ronnie in the back of an Uber. He tells the Uber driver that he just made a bunch of money by rug pulling a coin. I don't think the Uber driver knew what that meant. I think the Uber driver just heard that they made some money. They tell him, hey man, we got a bag in the back in the trunk. Get out, grab the bag. We got a present for you. When the Uber driver gets out the car, they steal his vehicle.
Suitcase.
For real?
Yeah, we just rug like the whole chart for you.
Like
The entire chart.
It's in our bag, yeah.
It's in the bag. Hey, let's take this car. Take his car. Hurry up. Take his car.
Oh, yeah. D, slide. Oh, shit. Look at that. Go. Take off.
Bro, we took this nigga car and we got the fucking rug.
Again, he's got to leave a trace of his crimes for the investigators to follow. He wants to be caught and he wants to be convicted for what he's doing. I don't know if bro just likes jail. Maybe he's got a boyfriend in there or something that he can't wait to get back to, but it's obvious that that's where he wants to go. And I hope that's where he does go. Maybe videos like this one, the one that the other YouTuber put out, maybe this will bring some awareness to it. Maybe justice will be served. But to be real, I don't got a lot of faith in the government. So who knows? Only time will tell. But for now, that's what I got. That's the story of this degenerate scammer who thinks that it is funny to steal from sick kids. All right, crazy stuff. But y'all got to let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And as always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.